Welcome to VGK Today, presented by Circa Sports, where we take you behind the scenes with the defending Stanley Cup champion, Vegas Golden Knights. I'm Justin Russo with the Golden Knights on Saturday, February 17th, with the VGK preparing to battle the Carolina Hurricanes tonight at 7:30 at the Fortress. Rather than look ahead to tonight's contest, this week we take a look back at the last game for Vegas on Monday against the Minnesota Wild. Though the final score didn't sit well with the Golden Knights, it was still a night to remember, as it marked the 1,000th NHL game for VGK defenseman Alex Pietrangelo. Alex was gracious with his time this week, speaking first with Gary Lawless for a piece reflecting on his time in the NHL for the Golden Knights' official website, and then with Dave Gosher for the latest episode of Nightlife, which you can watch on Nighttime Plus. After the break, to help put it all together and look back at the journey to 1,000 games for Alex, we go to the voice of the Golden Knights, Dan Duva.
Listen up! Your share at winning over $500,000 in free fuel and products is just a tap away with the Terrible Social House app.
Yes!
With a qualifying purchase at the pump or in-store, you can shop, spin, and win directly on your phone. Win free products that you can redeem instantly in-store, or if you're feeling lucky, you could land on free fuel towards your next fill-up. Shop, spin, and win. Download and play today. Terribles. Deliberately different since 1959. Go to terribles.com for more details.
Hello, I am Kerry Buboltz, President and CEO for your Vegas Golden Knights. I am a proud board member of the Nevada Donor Network Foundation. With over 600 Nevadans waiting for a life-saving organ transplant, we can all do our part to bring hope to those waiting. I am partnering with Nevada Donor Network to raise awareness about registering to be a hero. I am a registered organ, eye, and tissue donor and proud Nevadan. Are you? Join us at wearenevadans.org.
Fans, for the 1,000th time in his career, make some noise for Alex Pietrangelo!
Complete hockey player, true professional, great teammate. He's a two-time Stanley Cup champion because of that.
Dropped it on back now, around in front, score! Pietrangelo with 7.9 to go in the...
You know, if you ask me what kind of teammate I want to have, and I'm going to say Petra. He's just a great guy and a great mentor.
Recovers. Pietrangelo fires it home. One-time shot on the power play.
Petra does it all. He can be the voice of reason. He can be the dictator. He can be the shut up and just go out there and play kind of guy.
Zone with Pietrangelo. Stone looking to Pietrangelo, and he scores. Alex Pietrangelo, second of the season. It's a 2-1 overtime win.
Guy, we call him Iron Lung. Like I think I've legitimately heard him say I'm tired like once, maybe.
Alex Pietrangelo accomplishing a feat fewer than 400 have before him. 1,000 NHL games played. 758 with St. Louis, 242 with Vegas. And the Golden Knights marked the milestone with a pregame ceremony and video tribute. Salutes from coaches and teammates, past and present, including his captain Mark Stone and current D partner Alec Martinez.
I just wanted to say congratulations on 1,000 games. It's an incredible accomplishment, and I feel like we've kind of come in around the same time, and just want to thank you how much you've been there for me and my family. It's a testament to how you are with yours, and it's pretty awesome to be by your side for a small portion of this, but couldn't happen to a better person, a better family man, and a better player.
Congratulations, my man. It's been an honor to be your teammate, see how much you care about not only your teammates, but especially your family, the way that you go about your business on a daily. Your dad of the year every year, so pretty cool to be the first Golden Knight to skate in his 1,000th game.
Standing beside his wife Janie, children Evelyn, Oliver, Theodore, and Julia, and parents Joe and Edie, Pietrangelo received a golden stick from Kelly McCrimmon and then took to the ice for Game 1,000. 1,132 if you include the playoffs. After a few days to process the experience, Pietrangelo spoke with Dave Gosher for Nightlife.
I guess it all a little bit of a blur, right? You try and focus on the game, you try and do all that. You go through the Stanley Cup ceremony at the start of the season, everybody's together, and it's a little bit different. Everything's kind of on you, and it's just a special thing to have, you know, when you have a family, to see them out there with me. The boys obviously skated around. They're a little nervous, but they got out there. And just to see my family there, my wife and the kids and my parents, I think they're all a little bit nervous being out there in front of so many people, but it's a really special thing to me, especially everything we've gone through as a family in the last year, to share that moment with them.
The special celebration began days in advance, as Pietrangelo told Ashley Weiss.
What's it been like, not only, you know, to have the one game celebration, but to have this weekend off and be able to celebrate with so many people that you care about this weekend?
Yeah, I think the timing was good for us because we got a break before and then a break after. A lot of people coming from back home and a lot of people from St. Louis, so it's been a special weekend. It's not many times you get all of your closest friends and family together, and I got to give my wife credit. She organized most of the stuff that's going on, and you know, I said last night, like, I haven't had everybody together since our wedding, right? So like these opportunities, you really try and take it all in, enjoy the time with each other.
Can you tell us a little bit about what she did for you last night?
She did. It was pretty impressive. I knew nothing going on. We had everybody get together. All the guys in the team came. We had a little gathering. Enjoyed a couple drinks together, and you know what? Nothing wild, but just to see your friends. Some of my friends I grew up with since I was a little kid. Just catching up with those guys. You know, life gets busy, especially when everyone has wife and kids and families, and just to kind of slow things down for a bit, enjoy your time together. There's probably a good 20 kids there too, so kids had fun, parents had fun. It was just overall, it was a great night. I'm not too fond of having too many pictures of myself up anywhere, but there were some up last night, and again, it's a good opportunity to kind of take a step back, and you know, we get caught up in our job too, right? And like I said, so see the pictures of, you know, my family and my kids with the Stanley Cup and everything that's happened in my career, and then looking back at my draft year pictures, all that stuff, it's pretty crazy how fast time goes.
What comes to mind when you see those draft day pictures and those early headshots?
Well, I looked a lot fresher before I had 4 kids. Love my kids to death, but you know, it's like I said, time goes by fast, and I had some of my old teammates here that were there when I first started, and you know, you don't get to this spot without a lot of good people along the way, and I've said I love what I do, but I love the people, and you meet a lot of really good people along the way, and I don't think you play long in this career without those friendships.
One of those friendships began at age 10 when Pietrangelo and fellow 2019 Cup champion Michael Del Zotto became teammates for the first time. And as Pietrangelo told Gary Lawless, Del Zotto recently offered the ultimate compliment.
I was talking to one of my former teammates, and Del Zotto, obviously we grew up together, and he said that he was proud of me that, you know, I've done it the right way. He's like, you've played hard your whole career. Like, he was so proud that he was able to be a, you know, small part of it growing up, and played a little bit in St. Louis the year we won. So the game is great. I think the people you meet along the way is what makes it special for me. You know, you're not going to be best friends with everybody you play with. It's just life. But the people you meet along the way is what makes the game special. And I think in our game, we have a lot of really good people. And you have a select few that you become closer with and you remain close with. But time goes by fast. Let's just say that. And I always try and tell our guys that, like, it's easy to get caught up in the game and get caught up in one game or, you know, 5 games, whatever it is, but you got to enjoy it while you can, because before you know it, it's not there anymore, and you take it for granted.
In the large majority of Pietrangelo's 1,000 NHL games, he's been on the winning side. He's won often in the postseason, too. But discovering the winning mindset comes with experience, as Pietrangelo explained to Dave Gosher.
You've done a lot of winning in your career, you know, World Juniors, World Cup, Olympics, 2 Stanley Cups. Where did you learn how to win?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that first feeling probably, you know, when you win at a high level was probably the World Juniors, right? Then I lost the next year, and you start thinking, okay, well, that feeling's not very good. I like the other side of it. And then you go to the Olympics on the biggest stage in the world, with the best players in the world, and you win. And I think the Olympics for me was a good experience because I went in there as a I don't know, it was like 23, 24. And, you know, maybe a little bit of a lesser role. We had some outstanding defensemen that were there, and you kind of sit back and you learn, and you realize that, you know, there's a role for everybody on the team, and everybody on that team, you know, plays top line minutes in the Olympics. And when you go to the Olympics, and especially on Team Canada, you just got to find a role, and you find a way to fit into that group. And we did that, and I learned a lot from a lot of guys there that pushed their egos aside to find a role in that team. And then we came close a lot in St. Louis. We had some really good teams. We made it to the playoffs every year, made it to the conference finals. And I think the closer you get to that is when you really start thinking, like, winning is way more fun than any personal accomplishment. Obviously, this one is special for me. It's one that everybody tries to get to, and then when you win, all you can think of is, wow, I want to do that again. So everybody in this room is kind of thinking that feeling right now.
I've heard guys say that if you experience once, you've done it twice. You mentioned Marty's done it 3 times. You'll do anything to get that feeling again. Is that kind of the feeling among the group from last year?
You just realize that, you know, winning is way more fun. And I think every single player in here is going to push themselves to the best of their ability. Everybody wants to be the best player that they can be. But when you get into the playoffs, you know, good teams really realize that all kind of gets, the egos get pushed to the side, and you do everything for the greater good of the team. And I think it takes a lot of guys who have won before to really understand that, and we're lucky that we have that.
Pietrangelo isn't the only Golden Knight to reach a notable milestone this season. Braden McNabb played his 700th NHL game, and Chandler Stevenson played his 300th with the Golden Knights, the 7th player to do so. Here are McNabb and Stevenson on reaching 1,000.
It takes a special person for sure. It's one of those accomplishments that's, you know, it's a huge one individually. I think as your career's over, it usually goes, they talk about Stanley Cups, obviously, is number one, and then it goes right to like 1,000 games if you end up getting that. And then they kind of talk about points after that. So for me, and I'm sure for Alex, it's pretty cool. And like I said, it takes a special person, and there's a lot of things I'm sure he's endured over his career, ups and downs, and a lot of adversity, mental strength, and obviously the physical side of it. And not only to be in the lineup every night, too, to reach 1,000 games. It's very impressive.
After playing with him, what qualities do you think he has that has allowed him to get to this point?
Oh man, a lot. He's a family man, obviously, and his family is probably a big part of, you know, his career. It's cool seeing his kids grow up and be into hockey now, which is awesome. You know, he has the leadership qualities, obviously, coming from St. Louis, being a captain there and an assistant captain here. So, you know, he's a good man, good teammate, and, you know, just pretty proud of him.
Yeah, I think that's a goal in itself for a lot of guys to play 1,000 games. I think that obviously for myself too, you know, it's now a goal of mine. At first, you just want to play in the NHL, and you know, you want to play in the playoffs, and you want to win a Stanley Cup and that. But I think you know, that would be something that's really special as well, as to play 1,000 games, because yeah, like you said, there's only a select few that have done it, and I just think that would be, you know, something that would be so special. You hear older guys, you know, talk about how quick it goes and how they, you know, kind of remember every year, every milestone, all the things from playing, that it does go quick. And it obviously sounds cliche, but it does. I mean, I think I'm less than 50 games to get to 500, which I remember, yeah, my 200th, 300th, and 400th. So, yeah, it's just kind of crazy how quick time does go by, and years kind of blend together and seasons feel long, but when you kind of sit here today and look back at it, it just kind of seems like yesterday. You know, we were in camp and seeing everybody again, and you know, now we're on the home stretch here. So seasons are long, but they go by quick.
No one on the Golden Knights is closer to Pietrangelo's game total than Alec Martinez. The 36-year-old is 1 game shy of 800. He joined us on the radio Monday night.
You know, it's been pretty fun to play alongside of him for the past few years. You know, we went head-to-head a lot, you know, at the beginning of our careers, but, you know, we've, you know, definitely developed a really good friendship, you know, off the ice, and, you know, he's one of my fellow older guys, too, so we have that in common. So that goes a long way in terms of the friendship. It's like grumpy old men back there, you know?
I do. He likes to point out that you're older than him, though. I don't know how you handle that.
Oh, yeah, he does it every day.
Not always grumpy, but always mindful of his teammates. Which big moments stick in Pietrangelo's mind? Again, here he is with Gary Lawless.
It'd be hard to not say the Game 7 against Boston in the finals. I will say last year was the best team I've ever played on. We went into the finals, we are up and down the lineup, 4 lines, 60 goalies, we are rolling. But that game against Boston, which Game 7, Stanley Cup final, you can't really write it any better than that. 2 good teams going at it. And I think, most of our family from St. Louis flew in Boston. The brother-in-laws were getting in altercations in the stands with the Boston fans. You can't write it any better. It would have been great to win it at home, but there's something special about also winning it on the road, that you got to spend that moment together with, your family, and then in the locker room with the guys. You could argue both Stanley Cups, but that first cup is a special moment. I'm appreciative of both, but even the second one, I enjoyed watching the other guys win it for the first time more than anything.
1 cup in St. Louis, 1 cup in Las Vegas. So what's next?
I think something still pushes you, right? Something still pushes me to keep going every day, to keep wanting to get better, even at 34 and 1,000 games later. For me, it's something inside me just keeps pushing me to want to keep going. And maybe, I think that's the internal motivation. I'm a very competitive person, but it's also when you have kids, you want to show your kids what you're capable of. And now my kids are starting to play. They understand, if we don't win, they ask why. And if we don't win, they tell me. So it's that motivation to kind of keep you going. You're always trying to find something to keep you going.
Family, teammates, the competitive spirit to win. 1,000 games behind, but everything's still ahead, as is ever so for Alex Pietrangelo. For the Vegas Golden Knights, I'm Dan Duva.
A great tribute there by Dan, celebrating the 1,000 games of Alex Pietrangelo's NHL career. Stay tuned, as after the break, we'll wrap things up on VGK Today.
Jack Daniels has always made whiskey, and if they have it their way, they always will. But there's one thing Jack can't make more of: moments. Those are on us to create. You see, hockey fans, we only get one shot at this thing called life. So let's make sure we're making the most of every moment, whether it's showing up for our team or sipping a glass of Jack while cheering at the radio. Don't let a single moment go to waste. Make it count. Jack Daniels.
Tennessee whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniels and Old Number 7 are registered trademarks. Copyright 2022 Jack Daniels. All rights reserved.
Vegas! On behalf of Knock the Injury Law, Golden Pipes, Carnell Johnson.
If you've been hurt, Knock the is the word. Call 702-INJURE.
For Han Nakvi with Nakvi Injury Law. Imagine you've been injured in an accident. Now, do you want an assembly line law firm that treats you like a number and settles early for easy money? Hell no. Call me now for a free consultation at 702-INJURED.
Again, a wonderful piece there by Dan on Alex Pietrangelo to celebrate him reaching 1,000 games played in the NHL. I highly encourage you all to check out Alex's interview with Gary Lawless, available on the Golden Knights official website, and the latest episode of Nightlife, available now on Nighttime Plus. As for tonight's game against the Carolina Hurricanes, a reminder that if you are headed to the game, be aware of some significant traffic issues presented by closures of both the I-15 and Tropicana Avenue near T-Mobile Arena. Plan ahead, explore some alternate routes, and arrive early and stay late for this one to have a great Saturday night on the Strip with the VGK. Also, with the team at the Fortress, it's 2 for tacos. When the Golden Knights score 2 goals in the same period at T-Mobile Arena, it's 2 free tacos for all fans in attendance using their ticket stub that same night and all day the next day at your local Taco Bell. Thanks as always for tuning in to VGK Today. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe on your preferred podcast platform, as we'll be back each week throughout the regular season with new episodes. Stay tuned next week as Dave Gosher joins our program. Justin Russo signing off for VGK Today, presented by Circa Sports.